The concept of letting go or surrendering can be very confusing to a lot of people, and I think sometimes it even seems like it's doing the opposite of what manifestation work is supposed to do. But I actually believe it's the most important step in manifestation, and it's the only one that you actually need to do. So today I'm going to share why letting go is so hard, how if you know if you have let go or surrendered or not, and what are the steps you can actually take to do so if you've not fully surrendered or let go yet. Okay, so I've talked about this paradox before, the manifestation paradox, which is that most modern popular manifestation work sets you up in this certain way. It tells you you can have anything that you want. And then it tells you to write down, your exact manifestation list, get super specific, all this sort of stuff, which feels very good. It feels uplifting. It feels hopeful. You feel happy because oh my gosh, I can finally get what I've been wanting my whole life. Then after that, then they usually say, okay, now you actually have to let go of it. Which of course sounds contradictory. Why did you tell me to write down everything that I want and make this list if you're literally going to tell me afterwards that I have to let go of it? So I think that this framing actually sets up a lot of people for failure because they think manifesting is solely about this part one, right? Getting clear on your vision, writing down your list, being specific, all this sort of stuff. But that's actually the easy stuff. It's actually a lot harder to be in the frequency of your manifestation, being the person who already has that thing, which I will go deeper into what that actually means because it ties in very closely to letting go or surrendering. And I fully believe you can have absolutely no vision, no dream board, no list, whatever, and still manifest something greater than you could even imagine and be a very, very happy, uplifted, abundant person. But if you have a vision board, but you have not surrendered, you've not let go, and you're not in the frequency of your manifestation, then nothing will happen. Your life will stay the same. So how do you actually know you have fully surrendered, you fully let go of the outcome, you're in the frequency of your manifestation? There are two main ways you can tell that you have actually let go. And both ways, you have to be super fucking honest with yourself, okay? This is key. Be really honest on how you feel inside, what you really think about it. Denial will not help you in this process. Okay, so the first way I think, which is more commonly discussed, is that you already know, guaranteed for sure, that you will have that thing no matter what. If you actually do still feel some fear, uncertainty, or doubt around that, then you're not in the frequency yet. You haven't let go, plain and simple. Again, you have to be radically honest with yourself here because I think so many times we can almost force ourselves to be in the frequency, which again is not working. This is a quiet knowing, a very quiet knowing. Another very pointed question I like to ask is, how often do you actually think about this manifestation? And when you do think about it, what is the emotion that comes up? Is it just oh, cool? Is it neutral? Is it love and joy? Is it anxiousness or doubt or fear? Because if your mind is always on it and you even feel something a little bit impatient about it, you want it to come faster, or if you have a little bit of stress around it, anything that is not just pure joyous love and sort of indifference, then again, you have not fully let go or surrendered that thing. Also notice if you get triggered around that topic. I know people talk about protecting their manifestation lists or whatever, protecting your dreams, all that sort of stuff. Well, if you get triggered around talking about it, if someone, puts you down and you get defensive instead of laughing with them, then you have not fully let go. If you knew for sure that it would happen, okay, or something even better would happen, then you wouldn't care what someone else would say because that's ridiculous. That's saying, oh, I'm laughing because you're not going to get your next breath of air. Well, of course I'm going to get my next breath of air. It's so obvious to me. I know it will happen for sure. If you use this method to see if you've let go of something or that you're in the frequency, that's the level of certainty that you want to have. Okay, the second way to tell that you've actually surrendered is if you literally don't care about that thing on your manifestation list anymore and you don't care if you get it or not. You are totally happy and fine without it. That's when you know that you have truly surrendered and let go. And if you still very much want this thing and you feel not okay with not having it, then you have not let go yet, you've not surrendered, and you're not in the frequency of your manifestation. If you've truly let go of it, as letting go implies, it means you don't really care. This doesn't mean you don't have like a preference for it, or like maybe it's some big vision, right? Doesn't mean you don't have a vision for it, but you don't need it to happen, and you certainly don't need it to happen now. This is key. How you feel is not dependent on if it happens or not. Moment to moment, how you feel. It becomes more of a passing thought. There is a sort of lightness to it. Because after you do the work, you realize you never really wanted that thing in the first place. You wanted the feeling of having it. And you already have that feeling. And therefore, you don't need the exterior object, achievement, accomplishment, whatever it is anymore. Metaphysically, you have reclaimed the power that you put into the illusion, the 3D, and reclaimed it back into yourself. Separation, back into union. So, perhaps you have just answered those questions I've prompted and realized that you haven't fully let go and that there's still some fear, some uncertainty, and some doubt there. Which is great, because now you aren't thinking, why isn't this manifestation thing working? And now you know why. You know what your frequency really is, and you are now aware of the fears and beliefs and whatever you had that weren't conscious before. It doesn't matter what sort of technique you use. These types of emotions show that there is some part of you that has given power away to something outside. And as long as you have placed your power into something outside of you, it means that you feel separate from it. You perhaps even feel fear from being separate from it. And it can't come easily that way. It can still come through maybe a lot of effort, a lot of struggle, and a lot of sacrifice. But of course, if you're here, you don't want to operate in that way anymore. Now that you have more consciousness and awareness over how you really think and how you really feel, your job is to stop this habit that you've had since birth, probably, of thinking and feeling like the power is outside of you, that anything outside of you has real power over you.